Okay, I wanted to do a video on this, kind of a follow-up on this guy here. Trying to get comfortable here. Got this amongst some of the micro galaxy squadron stuff I got set up in this new cabinet. Got to get some stands and rearrange a couple of things, make some space and all that. But anyways, definitely wanted. This is not part of it, but it's its own. This other series of collectible miniatures made out of die-cast, and I had a video about this earlier. I think it's by a brand called DiAgostini or something like that. They basically have these what they call magazines. It does come with a magazine, and they do all these some very mainstream and some a lot of obscure ones. This one, for instance, from Fondor, and again, this is the Fondor Haulcraft. And the initial boxing was cool, just show it off, but then upon further inspection, because I've had it in the box since then, when I finally got this display open to start putting stuff out for display to enjoy, I find that that this actually seems like the wash is a little bit heavy-handed, more than I wanted, because I was looking at, first I was this, overall it looked, let me bring this out a little bit more into this part that has more light. Let me scoot the wide wing back, and hopefully in this light you can see, I can definitely see it more around the camera. Yes, the color balance might be changing things, but to my eyes right now, this almost has a very brown, or almost reddish, almost actually slightly purplish kind of wash to it, which didn't look quite right to me. This looked too dark. And back this up a little bit, and the tone wasn't right. And I was looking at this, like, okay, some parts are worn, that's fine, but then still overall seems a bit heavy-handed. And especially when I was actually focused originally at the window, I was looking at it, it looked like, okay, the windows are black. At least I assumed that the whole thing was metal, and maybe these were painted black. The windows, they weren't transparent. But apparently the wash was so heavy that it made these look like there's black or something really dark filled in around the windows or over them, that it made it, I thought they were just a solid color. There wasn't any transparency, except that I saw some edging that wasn't clearly painted all the way through, and it's like, well, you know what, that looks like it's clear plastic. And I looked closer and it was. And so I have since took some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, isopropyl, kind of high content, like at least 75%. That's a higher one. And I just started to use a Q-tip and just start rubbing that, cleaning it off. And so yes, there may not be actually any, let me see, I don't think there's actually anything in there. I can't even get close enough to see, I doubt it. But at least it looks like windows now, it isn't solid, which is better. And there was actually a lot of this weathering around it as well in the frame. And overall, I don't think it should look like that. I think the ship should look more like how this section is right here. And there's just too much dark. So I think it's going to be a bit of a project. There's definitely a lot on the bottom too. You can kind of see it, like how heavy the brushing was on this. I think it could be better and cleaned up. I don't think it needs to be that much of a coloring to it, this dirt over it. It's just a bit too strong. I think it should look more gray. So get some gloves, get some alcohol and a bunch of Q-tips, and just gently start removing and cleaning up all the excess wash that's on top of here, and just we'll see how it looks like afterwards. I'll try to take a picture of it before and after. I should have some pictures, but I'll do it again just to show this process, and we'll see, because I'm pretty sure it shouldn't look like that. Hopefully, as I do it, it won't remove any other color, but if I'm not mistaken, maybe the silver or gray underneath is just the metal, the die-cast metal color. We'll see. But I think if I need to repaint it, I'll repaint it. But I don't think I'm going to need to do that. I think just gently taking the wash off of this, and don't go too heavy on the areas that was gone, right, like here, And even here, I'm not gonna touch that. I think I can leave that. Just a little bit heavy in here. Maybe I might get in there, but I'm not as concerned. It's mostly that's over the main hull of it. That's kind of just too much. So we'll see how that goes.